And so it's a opportunity to really push a market that a consumer wouldn't normally buy. You know, now when they go to the store, they've got their regular ultra-low flush toilet. That's the normal thing you buy. That's required by law to buy at least that. But you could potentially buy a high-efficiency toilet and get a 20% savings. So you want to try to get them to make that choice or to take advantage of that. And what we've seen with the washing machine rebate program, when we started 5 years ago, there were not that many efficient washing machines out there. As you promote the market, suppliers begin to provide them. And then they become more available. Price goes down, becoming more available, people start to use them. So it's just the next technology that you can easily get installed in the house. It reduces the water use. And the nice thing for you guys is it reduces the sewage flow. So, I mean, it's got an equal amount of reduction in the sewage flow.
So this is really some great the facts that you present to us. So the other question I have is related to the proportion of potable water that's actually used daily in the average Bay Area home by flushing the toilet. What percentage of the household usages would that make up usually?
You know, it varies by, going back to that question of how much water is used indoors in homes. For instance, in your jurisdiction, we looked at the seasonal use of water. So that's a way to determine how much water is being used inside as opposed to being outside. 90% of your water that's used in a home is used inside the home. And that's, you know, if you divide that up, and I don't know if Ben knows the percentage numbers, but you know, you've got your washer, showers, faucets, toilets, and kitchen sink. So there's, you know, minimal opportunities in the home to use the water, and it's really when you go outside when that's the varying reasons to use it. So, but the toilet is the number one user of water in the home.
It is.
Yeah. And again, especially in a home where you've got more than one person living with one toilet, because you know you've increased the opportunities. Like my home, I have 4 people in one toilet. It's a very busy toilet. So, but it, you know, so it's an opportunity to install something that gives you kind of a guaranteed use. And the nice thing, and kind of going back to what the lessons we've learned as a water industry, we now require maximum performance testing of the high efficiency toilets. So there's a standardized testing protocol to test these toilets too. They're independently tested and verified to a standard, basically a flushing volume standard, how much you can flush. And then those are the ones that we support. So it's our own protocol for that.
It's interesting because I know that since the drought was, 77, that we've had the high efficiency shower nozzles and other things in East Palo Alto. So, because your theory is that really, since we have smaller lots, we don't use as much water, you know, watering the plants and grass and stuff.
Yeah.
But I know that most of the households of my friends actually do high efficiency shower heads.
Yeah. And it's interesting, you know, what we've seen even in the last 5 years again is the technology on those things has increased significantly. So, you know, there's a better product that provides a greater, you know, less water use with greater performance. So
they really work well?
They work very well. Yeah, they do. They work better. I mean, the nice thing is they work better than your ultra-low flush toilets because they're redesigned. They have a totally different design to them. And there's different kinds. They have what's called a pressure assist. So it's got more like an inside tank, like and then it's got pressure and it makes a little bit more noise. There's gravity flow, which is your standard toilet. There's dual flush. I mean, there's different kinds to meet, you know, consumers' requirements. And depending upon the type of program, you can pick it. You know, one of the things we talked about was there's different ways to do toilet programs. Is a giveaway program where you say, okay, on this weekend, in this location, we'll have a truck with 50 toilets. And the first 50 people that come can get the toilet. You're required to come back the following week with your old toilet, and we'll mark you off, and it's yours for free. So that's a way to do it. It's a nice way because then you don't have to involve yourself in installing it or anything. But it has a little bit more incentive than a rebate because you know what they're going to get, and they're required to return the old toilet to you. So there's different ways to do things that I think can really provide a benefit. And you know, the reason I'm interested in it is this for us is an opportunity to look at a small scale pilot program to see how we can make it work with a partner that you know is interested in bringing some benefits to the community, so that we can look at expanding it for the rest of our agencies. So that's really where we come in. You know, we run conservation programs regionally, so that's one of the things we do out of our office. And we really take a lot of ownership in the success of these things. So.
Madam Chair, I just mentioned that our district engineer has looked over the numbers and he's really highly recommends what the pilot project that we're pursuing. We've got some other things that we need to discuss to refine some things, but I think this is one of the sure ways that the total community can benefit. You know, because we have a definite need to reduce our flow to the treatment plant, and then we also, the city has a problem with water and quality of water, and it's going to be a roadblock to development. And so this is a way of identifying additional sources of water.
Sure. I just want to say that this is an excellent program, and that in an effort, you know, nowadays to reduce our carbon footprint,
Yeah.
I think this is the direction that we really want to go in. Right. And so I do like it.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So, yeah, I'm just looking at the payback period is 10 years, so,
Yeah.
and I really see, the benefit on the overall conservation benefit
Oh, yeah.
and such.
Yeah.
Clearly, the most benefit is going to go to the water supply side.
Right.
And so that, we participate, we definitely have to kind of look at their proportion of cost
Right.
in this program. That's compared to ours.
Right. That's something that we're going to be working on.
Yeah, and on that too, and those were the calculations that I was giving you. One of the things that I think I didn't have information on when I did those is this question of the need for additional capacity or the added costs on the sewer side that you may have to invest if you say have to buy another increment or something like that. That additional piece of cost, which certainly is something that I know when agencies look at programs like these, they try to incorporate, like, can I defer capital costs or whatnot? But certainly that's, the city is interested in partnering. I think the question of bringing the parties to the table and seeing